My mom was not John Gosselin's daughter. Hannah starts to talk about her mom, but stops in the middle. They have known each other since they were kids, since they were twins. The Gosselin children and family have been in a lot of reality TV drama. The family of 10 wowed and charmed thousands of American houses. That didn't last long because things got worse, and in the end, the family broke up. Now that Hannah Gosselin has been away from her brothers for years, she is finally talking about her mom, Kate Gosselin. People are interested in what she says. Following the news, many people are now curious about what really took place behind closed doors. No one could have guessed how hard family life could be until they read the book. Let's get right to the point. Hannah has something to say about the Gosselin family. What we thought we knew, will it change? His daughter, Hannah, and her 7 boys have been in the news since the day they were born. She was one of the 6 children on the television show John and Kate Plus 8. A huge number of people watched every week to see how crazy and loving the Gosselin family's life seemed. At every stage of their lives, there were cameras everywhere. What did fans see? Cute babies, fun family trips, and Kate's usually strict way of parenting. But they didn't see what it was really like to be famous as a child. For Hannah and her 7 boys, it was a well-thought-out show. When they were young, kids should be able to play and explore freely. It was their lives, not just a record of them. There were always film crews and cameras around, and private moments were often turned into TV shows. If you were a child and knew that every laugh, tantrum, and fight with your boys could be seen by millions of people, you would feel weird. Hannah went through this stage all the way through her childhood. It was impossible for them to get quiet. When she and her brothers got bigger, the bad things about her family became clear. She has parents named John and Kate. They went from being America's favorite reality TV couple to being nasty ex-houses in a very public split. Their house changed all of a sudden. It had turned into a battlefield. From a place of order and direction, the family was split up. Even though John and Kate didn't get divorced until 2009. The kids who played together every day had to go their separate ways. The news was full of stories about what went on after Kate and John broke up. What they said about their stories in interviews were very different. Kate took care of the kids all the way through, and John fought to stay involved in their lives. There were differences in how they were raised and how their homes worked. Their fight got worse, and the kids were caught in the middle. This was the worst thing that could have happened. The other kids wanted Hannah to go with Kate, but she didn't. It wasn't a surprise that she was different from her boys because she had always been unique. She didn't seem to follow the strict rules Kate set for the family, even when she was young. Some of her brothers were quiet, but Hannah looked like she was having a hard time at times during the show. There have been clips over the years that show times when Kate seemed to be really mean to Hannah. Some fans even thought she might have been picked out more than the others. Hannah didn't say anything for years, even after everything that happened. She lived up to the hype as the expected daughter, reality TV star, and child who did what she was told. But it was clear that something was different going on above. She spent more time with her dad, John, as she grew up. She made a choice in 2018 that would change her life. It was a choice she should have made years ago. She wanted to live with him all the time. But why? Why did she choose John over Kate at that point? What took place in the past years? It looks like the truth is finally going to come out. Everything changed when kids fought for their rights. And according to what we already said, Kate took care of all 8 kids at first, but John could see them sometimes. At that time, both the court and the people thought Kate was the better mom and ruled out she did take care of the kids, while John got in trouble for how he lived. After they broke up, he seemed careless and was often seen going to Las Vegas to party, which made him look like a bad dad. He looked like the breakup had hurt him. Kate stayed in the family home and kept raising the kids the strict way she is known for, which gets her into a lot of trouble. It looked like the parenting plan was great for years. The kids stayed with Kate, and John tried to be more active with their lives, but lost in court. As the kids got older, things changed, especially for Hannah. She began to hang out with John more often than her boys. He talked a lot about how much he loved having her around when she came to stay for a while. A father and daughter were very close, but this was the start of a big change. John said in public in 2015 that he hadn't seen all of his kids together in years. This made it sound like Kate was stopping him from seeing them. At the same time, though, Hannah's relationship with her dad was getting better. She looked like the only kid who was ready to go against what her mom said. As of 2017, it was said that she wanted to move in with John for good. In other words, it did happen. It was a big year in John and Kate's long-running custody battle. John asked the court to take Hannah away from Kate because he thought Hannah had made it clear she wanted to live with him instead. Several fans were shocked by this because they thought the kids would always live with their mom, but Hannah didn't make her choice without thinking about it. We might now understand why they felt that choice was so important to them. Hannah moved in with John full-time in 2018 after years of fights in court and stress behind the scenes. After a while, her brother Colin joined her. People, especially his fans, were even more curious after he won, which didn't happen very often. Why did they choose to leave? Was it the way Kate brought up her kids? Didn't they know the whole story? Even after she moved, Hannah didn't say anything about what happened. Even though she never said anything bad about her mom, the fact that she left said a lot. The truth about what really happened behind closed doors is finally getting out as she talks about it. How Hannah gets along with her mom. How did Hannah get along with her mom? She and her mom, Kate, should always be able to count on each other, but they've never been able to. It might have looked great from the outside. Kate was known as a strict and tough mom who raised 8 kids by herself, but over time, little cracks showed up. These cracks finally pushed Hannah to move in with her dad instead of living with her mom and brothers, which changed her whole life. Hannah has given some hints over the years about what her life with Kate was really like, but she has never said everything straight out. She was very careful with her words in one interview. All she said was, "My mom is a lot." What did she mean when she said a lot? That her mom was too strict, being in charge, being emotionally far away. People were curious about that one line, even though she didn't say everything she meant to. Kate was known for being a strict and sometimes mean mom on John and Kate plus 8. She needed order because she was in charge of 8 kids who were all the same age except for her twin. But some people felt bad while watching the show, especially when it came to Hannah. Some fans said Kate seemed to pick on Hannah more than the others and scold her differently than she did with her brothers. Did they need more help, or was it just tough love? That might not be something we ever find out. Over the years, people who used to work on the show, and even John himself, have said that things were a lot tougher than what watched. John says Kate was more than just strict with her kids. He says she was controlling. He said Hannah wanted to leave because she was having the most trouble with it. Then why is Hannah there? Why did she leave in the end when her brother Colin didn't? Some people think it could be because Kate and Hannah were a lot alike. Kate didn't like that she was always on her own because she liked rules and being in charge. Some people think she just wanted to be free, which she didn't think she could be with her mother. She moved in with John full-time in 2018. It wasn't just that she moved, it was made known that she chose her father over her mother. At that time, no other Gosselin kid had done that. It's possible that this choice made things hard between Hannah and Kate and between Hannah and her boys. Even if their parents fought, they would always be brothers, even if they didn't get along. They talked a lot and sometimes wished they were brave enough to go with their dad and Colin. Even after everything, Hannah has never said anything bad about her mom. Even when she was asked to talk about her problems in interviews, she was polite and didn't go into too much detail. Her mother may still be important to her, or she may want to keep some things from her for now. Hannah has always had a hard time with her mom, no matter what the truth is. When she starts to talk, everyone might finally learn what really happened behind closed doors. A different look at John's life. Hannah started to be more open after moving in with John. Her life got easier. It seemed like the two houses were different because she said her life with her dad was normal and free. She saw a different side of him than what the news said about him. John agreed with Hannah's choice and even said she had been unhappy for years. He had long said Kate was controlling. He cared about her, and was there for her. Most importantly, he gave her freedom that she didn't have with her mother at home. She hung out with him more than just on the weekends when they first met. When she was with her family, she didn't feel like she had to follow strict rules or plans. Also, being famous didn't make her feel stress. Hannah has said in the past that she thought getting along with John was fine. Is a very important word, even though it seems easy. For years, she felt like she couldn't fully express herself in public because of strict rules. It wasn't true at all. For John, he made her feel at ease. As planned, 8 kids were being watched over by adults, but she wasn't one of them. Her name was Hannah. It was easy, and she loved being with her dad the most. John has said that he loves having Hannah with him and that they will always be close. He also made it clear that he trusts her to make her own decisions and agrees with the ones she made. It was very different from how Kate ran her house, where she expected people to follow the rules and didn't always let them question authority. A lot of people want to know if John knew Hannah was going to leave Kate's house. Did he ask her to move in with him? Did he make her think of it? Hannah told her she could do what she wanted. She told him she was ready to move on since she was happier and more at ease with her dad. When she told her dad, he was so happy. She hasn't said much about her life since she moved in with John. Some of the time she shares small videos of her life on TikTok, but she hasn't talked much about why she left Kate's house. Are you sure she's ready to share her whole story? She might want to protect her family. The story not told, now that she is old enough, Hannah has decided to talk about her mother. It seems like she's ready to clear the air now that she's been spending time with her boys. Hannah finally speaks up after a long pause. My mom wasn't the bad person some people have made her out to be, but she wasn't perfect either. No parent is. With this fair view, Hannah begins to describe what life was like in the Gosselin home when her mother was in charge. Hannah said that her relationship with Kate was tense. She did this because she didn't like living with her mom. People who were close to the family say that another problem was how her mom looked after her brothers. The way Hannah's mom treated her brother Colin made their relationship even worse. Everything was set up in a certain way. Mom would always remind us that we were representing the brand. My mom wasn't just raising kids. She was also in charge of how we all looked to the world. And I think that's sad. The other day, Hannah told a Vice TV show that Colin would not be able to play outside with her and their other brothers when they were kids. He ate at various times than us. After that, she told him that her mom had built him a room to keep him safe. They had no idea why, but her mom would say it was to keep them safe from Colin's bad behavior. Sarah didn't like how Kate was mean to them, both physically and mentally, and how she talked to them when she was telling them off. She was tired and sick of it. When Hannah told the truth, everyone was shocked. Kate has always been seen as strict and tough, but no one thought it was that bad. Still, Hannah says that her mother was there for her when things were hard and worked hard to give her kids chances, even though this was not good. She taught me a lot of good things, like how to be determined, take pride in my work, and be strong. I'll always remember those things. Rebuilding bridges, the difficult path to family healing. We now know that Hannah and Kate are having a bad time together. Do you believe that walls can be fixed? Everyone in the family knows that the cracks didn't show up overnight, and Hannah agrees that fixing these issues will also take time and care. John and Kate have been fighting in public for years, and it looked like they would never be able to get along. Their kids were always in the middle of their fights. Anyone of any age shouldn't be in that position, as Hannah says. For a long time, it felt like we had to pick a side. Ties between relatives and between parents and children were both harmed by the stress. The kids who lived with Kate saw Hannah and Colin less after they moved in with John. She talks about how people tried to get along in the beginning, but often failed because everyone was still hurt and angry. I think my mom was hurt when I picked my dad over her. She's not ready to hear my point of view, and I wasn't ready to understand hers either. We both needed time and space. Hannah says that her relationship with her mom has changed over the years. They used to not talk at all, but now they send each other careful texts and visit every once in a while. Now, there are no rules about when they can meet up, not even with her brothers. Mistakes and confusion have sent them back to the beginning more than once, so they haven't been making steady progress. That's why we need to look back a lot. Sometimes old trends come back when we least expect them. It's been the most helpful for Hannah to stay in touch with her brothers, especially the 4 sets of twins who stayed with Kate. She told someone, "I love them. They're a part of me in a way that no one else can understand." Hannah talks about getting together with her family for casual events. The last time she saw her sister Leah, they were shopping for clothes. It's important to her that she and her brothers spend time together without her parents being around. "I will always love them. We shared everything from the womb to this weird childhood experience. That bond can bend, but it never completely breaks." They can talk about their problems without having to deal with family issues. Here, let's hear what Hannah has to say. When it's just us, we can be honest about our experiences without worrying about betraying either parent. Hannah says that family therapy has helped heal some of the deeper wounds, but it's been hard to get everyone to show up regularly. It takes time for your body to heal itself. Everyone needs to be ready when their turn comes. Hannah still thinks she and her mom can get along, even though she knows things might never be the same between them again. We're different people now. I think the goal isn't to go back to how things were, but to create something new that works for who we've all become. What we won't know. We might never know the whole truth about why Hannah Gosselin left her mother's house, no matter what has been said, thought, or guessed. Some of the things she has told her mother about her and her brother's lives are true, but she is still being careful about what she says to be nice to her. But everyone agrees that there are still a lot of questions. If things were that bad between them, why didn't Kate say anything? Have you thought about her siblings? Did they feel the same way but pick to stay with their mom? Or do they see Kate differently than Hannah does? She seems to be okay with her choice for now. Don't think about the past. She's focused on her life with John. It's still not clear if she will ever say more or get her brothers to say the same. There are various opinions on which stories should be told in full and which ones should be kept hidden. Everyone can agree that Hannah's choice to move out of her mom's house changed the Gosselin family for good. If she doesn't say more, the real reason she made her choice might stay a secret. What is going to happen next with Hannah Gosselin? She is now an adult and doesn't have to deal with the strong public attention that shaped her as a child. She is able to choose for herself what to do in the future. She is finally free from disputes over child custody and parenting decisions. She is in charge of her own story. What is she going to do with it? Hannah has chosen to keep many parts of her private life secret for now. She only hangs out with her friends on TikTok. Hannah doesn't like being the center of attention like her mother does. She wants a less busy, more normal life. She's shown John some parts of her life online, but she hasn't told him everything about her past or her plans for the tomorrow. Do you think she'll choose to move on and forget about the past? Hannah can do many things now that she is 20. She could go to school, get a job, or even work in show business again when she had time. Hannah is no longer just John and Kate Gosselin's daughter. She is no longer their child. She can choose to be in the public eye or stay out of it. She is her own person, and this is the beginning of her journey. The Gosselin family story is not over yet, though. Some parts of Hannah's life have been shown to us, and we now know more about her mom, but we still haven't heard from Kate Gosselin. Will she say that her mom is pretty strict, demanding, and in charge? For now, we just have to wait. One thing everyone agrees on is that John's daughter, Hannah Gosselin, has finally said something bad about her mom. What do you think about the story? What about Hannah's words made you think of something that happened in your own family? In the place below, you can write your story and thoughts. Thanks for watching this show. See you next time.